Hello, and welcome to Norland. So, I've been looking to add this to the channel for a little bit now. It's released a few weeks back. It's essentially, if you can imagine, a cross between something like RimWorld and Crusader Kings. It's kind of like an in-between of the two. I've played through the tutorial, we'll be getting stuck in today. There is some footage of this from the Steam Next Fest from a while ago as well, if I remember correctly. So, there's, if you're wanting to look at like the tutorial and things, it is available on there. We're going to start with a husband, wife and child, just get a typical start. I'm going to go ahead and create our starting characters here. Okay, and I think I've just about got everything set up here. We've got, so our king, we're going to make him a good manager, and that is fun. Okay, and attempt number 2. Right, phone has been answered. So yes, our main character, we're going to make him good at command and combat. I'm thinking that in the beginning of the game we'll probably be getting into a fair bit of fighting. We'll need to get our kingdom established. Usually, because I'm going with the logic I go with Crusader Kings, you usually want to start the game with someone who's a very good conqueror to kind of etch your kingdom out on the map, and then usually you want to follow them up with some people who are good diplomats and are quite knowledgeable, so they can, you know, keep the kingdom going, manage it as it gets larger, and maybe even get people who can reform the faith that you believe in, and give other benefits like that. But you want to initially start with conquerors usually. So that's what that's the logic we're gonna run with here. We can mark some skills with a star to make our character particularly good at them. So we're going to mark up command and we're going to mark up combat. Now if we manage to max those skills out because they're marked with a star, so I've got a talent for them, then they'll get these special perks, which is the ability to more likely decapitate people, and double pain threshold and bravery for troops that they're leading when defending their kingdom. So we'll be very good at holding out in our kingdom here. If you're wondering, by the way, the reason why we can't just, you know, max out all the skills, for example, is to see if I, for example, raise combat here, I go from being a 24-year-old to a 28-year-old. So we're trying to keep this number quite low. We don't want them to be some ancient old fuddy-duddy king. So we're kind of balancing it out with our age that we want to be. In addition, we get to choose some character traits. Again, it's very similar to things like RimWorld and Crusader Kings. I really do think it's basically a cross between the two, which is what's brought my attention to it. We're going to be resistant to addictions, but we're also going to be lustful. So we'll have a higher need to procreate there. And then we've got our wife, who's going to be really good at managing things, but also like decent at trade, teaching and command and combat in case she needs it. I'm just giving everyone a few bits of combat skills to start the game off with, just in case we end up in a situation where we're on the battlefield, because there is the chance that Dabbers gets himself, you know, stabbed while out there, and the responsibility might fall to our wife Frailin here. I've gone with the names because that's usually the name I use when I create a male character, and the name I usually use with female character when I make characters in games. So I've just gone with those. We are only 19, so we could probably put a few more points in here. We'll put another point in trade. Right, we're a 22-year-old now. Okay, that'll work. I need to come up with a name as well for our child. They don't get any skills at the moment. We do get character traits. I've put our wife on high fertility and lustful. I'm hoping that because they're both lustful, that'll just kind of cancel each other out, so they won't go cheat on each other, they'll just be fine with having lots of sex, and then high fertility, so we'll end up with lots of children, and we can assign those to doing different tasks then. Grow a big strong kingdom, you know, by having like a big strong noble family in the head of it all. So let's see, we'll go with well, in fact, oh, you can accidentally leave it with nothing there. I think, let me think of the name. Let me think. We'll just go with Arthur. It's the first one I can think. So I'm hoping I can rename the city of it, or our house, to like the city of Delbers or something. We also get to choose a race. So there's the people of the former Crimson Empire. There's the Maca, who are the old civilization, well, one of the oldest civilizations that were like the kind of before the Empire even came about. They're all about what's it? They get bonuses for breweries, workshops, alchemy, textbooks and potions and that. So the Tanaif, the former empire, are good at bureaucracy and religion and things. The Van are good. They were the native inhabitants who got kicked off their land by the empire, and are really good with farming because they're more familiar with the land. But we're going Caden, which were the old sort of rank and file soldiers of the old empire that have now broken off to create their own kingdoms and that. And the setting of this is that it's basically there's this massive empire and it's all broken apart to form loads of little kingdoms and that now. So we're kind of at the end of the fall of an empire here, the Crimson Empire. And that's like the setting of the game here. Right. We can choose a location. We'll not be going to the harder ones. Since it's the start of the game, the first time I'm playing through, I might start here in Sparksville then. Tells you the resources that they've got there. So there's lots of wheat, lots of wood. So this is, yeah, this looks like it's more forested because it's got more wood. Not as much metal ore. Whereas this has poor of both of those, but it's got really good wheat yields. Or you can go in the mountains where there's a bit more ore, or Silverhaven where there's a bit of ore, a bit of wood. It's poor for root bar. Is that root bar or is that herbs? No, I think that's herbs. Maybe the grain just means crops in general. I'm just looking actually, so ore must be quite rare because there's not many places around with a good amount of it from the looks. Even in these mountainous regions where you think there'd be quite a lot of it, there isn't. We'll go in the recommended for beginners area, so Sparksville. You can start the game as an independent or immediately create your vassal kingdom by annexing neighbours. To do this, click the buttons on the borders. You can also create similar kingdoms for other kings by selecting their provinces and expanding their borders. Right, interesting, so we can really customise and set this up then. First, not part of any other state. Caden. First village. A basic resource used in production of flour and beer. Second village, wood. Select the resources that your villagers will provide every few days. Okay, so we'll get villagers. And we can name it. Good. I'm going to say I'd be very disappointed if we couldn't. We will be the Delbers Kingdom. So we are Dabbers of House Delbers. And our sign will be... Let's have a look through it all. We'll just go with... It looks similar to the Yorkshire Rose, actually, that. Yeah, we can go with that. Looks almost just like the. In fact, can we get a? Yeah, we can get that. Yeah. There we go. We'll have the Yorkshire Rose as our banner, and we'll just set up as an independent. I don't think we'll go and have anywhere annex places or create any larger kingdoms or anything. So it is kind of... What if we do... Let's set up actually some kingdoms over here just to see what happens if we... Right. So in this world, the Great Empire has fractured apart. We have set up our own independent kingdom, and I've created, since these were designated as harder regions, I'm going to band a few of them together to create some larger kingdoms over here. So on the fringes of the empire where resources are sparse, the people have banded together to form some small kingdoms over there, or some larger kingdoms over that way. And we're going to try and see if we can expand out and grab a few of the local nearby areas to see if we can match our strength to theirs before they sprawl across the western half of the map and start heading eastward. Right, that's the setting. Game parameters. Ooh, start scenario. Prisoner. A member of your noble family has been captured by bandits during a recent raid on your young settlement. Free them as soon as possible. Your noble house has fallen victim to nectar. Your lords and peasants are dependent on consuming nectar. Can you gather their willpower and turn this addiction to your advantage? Your noble house, ruled by an exiled bastard who, in order to survive, has learned to stand up for himself and has thus gathered a decent army. A decent amount of weapons is available, but unfortunately the food was consumed on the last campaign. Wood and other resources were lost. This is an additional challenge for experienced players. Maybe we should avoid the additional challenges for experienced players. Let's go with... Okay, so these ones aren't difficult challenges. Your lords are renowned craftsmen but poor merchants. The family traditionally relies on prison labour as foundation for its economy. Or no scenario. I like the Hammer's Way. They're renowned craftsmen but poor merchants. We can start with that. Let's see. Crisis, Unholy Horde. Shortly after the start of the game, the Unholy Horde appears on the map. An opponent that burns down all cities in its path. You can't negotiate. You can either defeat it or try to survive for 55 days, after which it disappears on its own. Unite your neighbours under your rule or make them stronger through trade and defensive alliances, or pray you don't become a target. It sounds like there's some cool things that you could do for like New Game Plus sort of stuff. Again, Crusader Kings has like similar starting options, so... Right, Crisis always hits trade first. Recent epidemic lowers the level of trade. It's unclear from when it will recover. You better rely on yourself. It only has a 25% chance, but will show up no less than once every 5 days. Right. There's, yeah, a bunch of stuff here. We'll just keep things normal for now. We'll put it on normal. Game difficulty reduced. Neighbours won't bother you unless you initiate aggressive actions. Number of starting resources will be increased. Or we can just go on normal. We'll go on normal. Right. I guess we'll give ourselves a bit of extra. We'll go to 1,000 starting gold. So I don't want to be on the... I'm wondering how much is intended as starting gold. You meant to start on the... Well, you're probably not meant to start on that. It gives you 300, but you can go up to 5,000. Am I supposed to just put it in the middle, or... I'm wondering what's the intended thing here. Should it just be in the middle, or... So it started us at 300. I'm going to give myself 1,000. So we'll have a bit of extra starting gold, I guess, then. Here's a cutscene explaining it then. Just going to play it again.
Nearly 200 years have passed since the end of the devastating religious war. The empire fell, and its former provinces eventually became barbarian kingdoms. The church managed to revive hope, and peace and prosperity reigned over the ruins of the former civilization. Over time, the influence of the church only grew. But history is cyclical, and power cannot remain in one's hands for long. Wars between kingdoms flare up one after another. Hunger and poverty force people to abandon their homes and seek refuge in neighboring settlements. Can your dynasty unite the kingdoms and halt the advance of the Dark Ages? From this moment on, history is written by you.
Right, here we go. We'll get into it proper now. Right. I'm guessing it's probably taking a while to load because it'll be setting up the entire of the map and creating all the little kingdoms and the noble lords and things. There we are. You'll be able to see immediately the let's see, the year 2898 since the creation of the world. Because that's definitely when it happened. We saw it, don't worry. The great Crimson Empire has perished in a religious war. The former provinces becoming barbaric kingdoms, and we're one of those. It kept the mutual destruction. They're kept from mutual destruction only by the all-powerful Church of Mother Sophia. While the holy prophets seek the impending end of the world, speak of the impending end of the world. In one of the small kingdoms, the dream of the birth of a new empire has taken shape, and that's us. Right. So if you've not seen the Steam Next Fest video I did on it, which I wouldn't expect you to not, it's been a while and things, how this works quite interesting. So let's see. We need to start on the production of something. So we've got a lord's house here, we've got a lord's house there. And we've got a dormitory where we just stick all the peasants. As you'd expect. So we're going to go in, we're going to go to resources, and we're going to start constructing a few things. First thing, we'll probably create a lumber mill. Probably throw it down over here. And rutabaga fields. The rutabagas are grown, they're harvested once a day. Every 10 days they require fertilization by burning 20 wood. 3 workers can produce 32 of these. We'll throw this down over here. So as you can see, like, this area is marked with fertility. So this will be 100% fertile here and provide us with the most optimal amount of rutabaga. We could put one there soon, maybe we'll put maybe another one over here. Perhaps eventually. Looks like we can probably get like 3 good fields on there. Right. In the hall we've got Dabbers in charge. He's giving everyone their orders for the day. I hope. See what characters think of each other. Go to the relations menu. Right. Facts, info, and interests are also described here. You can see relationships. Yeah. Got it. It looks like. There we go. He's giving out some orders, and people are now going to go and get to work. So we can look at, yeah, relationships there. So he's got opinion of frail and friend. Opinion of child is good at least. We can see their skills. So we can see like a little bar filling up for management. When that fills up, because he just gives some orders out, that'll fill up and it'll go to 7. Horse has got good hopes for the future, is full of energy, has many rings. He's let's see, bliss, so his religious needs are fulfilled, and he's had a good meal. So everyone's probably in a similar situation, everyone's all nice and happy. But yeah, what's interesting is that we can only control in this, we can only control our noble family. So we can control, at the moment, Dabbers and Fraylin. We cannot control our son, I believe, because he's they're a child. And we mainly influence things by assigning them to buildings and building new buildings. So now, what we'll do, so we've nearly got this built, we can speed things up. There we go. So, instruction setup. Hire an assistant. 1 lord can comfortably manage more than 10 buildings, and you can also hire a 3 lord to assist them. Upgrade buildings. It's better to upgrade than build new ones. This not only provides a productivity bonus, but also reduces travel time. Shortening the path. Since managing lord must visit many buildings, it's best to construct them in one area, close to a warehouse and the temple, for example, to the north of the hall. This way you can easily manage 25 or more buildings in operation until you unlock the chancellery. Nice. Okay. So apparently we can have an assistant. I have no idea where we do that from. Right. Right, let's have Rail in here. Educate. On warfare. Oh. Oh, I see, I get it. Right, we click on Arthur. Educate. Warfare. Braylon will teach Arthur on warfare. And so we should now see his skills in combat and command increasing. There we go. Right. Now, these new buildings will need a manager. We're going to put Dabbers in charge. Fraylin is better at it. But, in fact, let's put Fraylin in charge of the fields. She'll be in charge of making sure we've got food in our bellies, I think. Okay, so production. Ooh, that's something. Ah, yeah, here we go. Right, we need to build it all first. So, we can build a brewery. And we'll build one over here. Um, right. Taverns, drug dens, marketplaces. Oh, right. Warehouses, altars, library. Ooh. So at the moment, we probably want to try and get all these buildings built. Different roads can be built to give us bonuses for speed. So we can make some moonshine now. I'm just going to go with what the tutorial says to do and put an order in to keep 100 moonshine on hand. Right. Berlin is mildly lonely and fatigued. Davis, you need to go and spend some time with your wife. Because she's lonely. She's lonely out managing the fields. And we'll appoint her as well as manager of the brewery. Right, and there we go. Loneliness is going down. The fatigue will be down. Bones promise him luck. Okay, so he's randomly arrived. 5 migrants have arrived. So the happiness of our population is attracting more people. The peasants having thoughts of mild fatigue. They're going to need some rest soon. It is getting toward the end of the day. We've got a trader arriving. So the Holy Caravan is the trader that's arriving. They will appear every few days. I have to look at my graphics options. I keep getting this flickering along the middle of the screen as well. Yeah, there it is. No idea what can be causing that. Maybe we can try VSync or something. Right. An arm of the church engaged in trade between cities and serves as the primary source of gold, holy rings, books, and prisoners. Right. They're produced and managed by the Inquisition, arriving once every 2 to 3 days. Right. Where is the better trader? So we'll go and do some trade. What could we sell? We have some medicine, we have some flour, some beer. We've got 1,000 gold. I'd like to get some books, so some of these we can see, like Combat Volume 1, gives you 16 experience in the combat skill. It's written in the Caden language, which we have a bunch of speakers of. Let's see. So let's have a look at the other books. Eternal Loyalists. Once becoming loyalists, characters will remain so forever. Written in Caden. So these books that we buy basically act as almost like perks for our kingdom. So we could make it so that people stay loyal to us forever once they become loyal. Enables the production of flavourful ale in the brewery. The Caden Army. The fear of death fought experienced by peasants hired into the army is half as strong. So, as you can see, there's some really powerful benefits we can get from all of this. We've got herbalists, so we can construct the herbalist hut. To study it, you need at least 3 intelligence, or 3 intelligence is recommended to keep it speedy. There's the temple, a scaffold, peasants' housing, and then combat version 1. We can also buy prisoners. If we want to hire, well, basically, I say hire people into our into our kingdom, but not necessarily hiring them, are we? Since they're prisoners and so on. Right. So what we may want to do then is we're probably okay for now. But we want to keep an eye out on the books each, so it's going to be worth going and trading each time just to see what books we can buy. I'm half tempted with the Caden Army and Eternal Loyalists. That will be 490. We could get rid of some of our beer, maybe. So we'll give them 31 ales or 31 beers to just kind of negate the amount of cash we're going to give them, because I feel a bit bad about giving that much money away for a couple of bucks, but we'll take it. Right. And I think now, let's see, who's the most intelligent of them? Thralen's a bit better, so we could. Well, I think we have to build a library first, actually. So we'll go and look at library. Where is it? Service library. We'll go and throw it over here. Right, we'll speed up time. And we'll get our economic report for the day. So the brewer didn't receive any instructions today because we ended up spending time with our wife. Right, resource invested in the economy, 225. Goods sold, yep. Right. So this will all get built tomorrow. And that ends our first day in Norland. Ooh, have we got peasants sleeping outside? We need another dormitory, don't we? Yeah, we got some new migrants, didn't we? So we're going to need to build a new dormitory. Housing, dormitory. Does it go there? It looks, hang on. See, I would look at this and go, okay, so this needs to go, yeah, here-ish. Because I'm going to say it's saying that it only takes up that centre bit there, but no, the actual building is definitely larger than that. We'll pop it there. Don't have to be absolutely rammed next to each other. We can need a bit of space to make it look nice. Right. Put it on 3 speed, get to the next day. Right. Someone wake up and go give the peasants a kick in. Let's get going. Right. They're having breakfast. Berlin is educating him. And Dabbers has gone to bed. Someone needs to do this. Oh, I see the issue here. Braylon is training him, giving him actually really solid skills already, by the way. By the way, why are these green? Is it the, they're not only up there because of like some kind of bonus, am I right? I think what we're going to have to do, we're going to put Dabbers in charge of everything. It's just going to have to be him. I think what's happening is the education that she's doing takes up all of her time. Even though she's a better manager. So it's taking up all of her time to educate the kids. Well, the kid. The child. So we'll put Dabbers on managing everything. Just so that something is being done in the meantime. Just goes over there. Make some beer. Okay. The orders, by the way, can work for up to 3 days. So they'll know what to do now for 3 days. So, by all means, we could put Fraylin back in charge, maybe. Right, we've got another dorm set up. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Right. But yeah. Arthur's skills are coming on quite nicely already. He's already going to be a very good soldier. We can also... We could put Fraylin on... See, revoke title, pass the crown, reward, threaten, okay, no idea how to... Maybe we... So I'm wondering where... Not our knowledge, here we are. We've got a tab at the bottom. I'm wondering how we access it all. So Economic biofuel mill. Culture. So these are all our books that we have. Brewery upgrade. We don't have the book for. We've got mines. Allows construction of a mine. So at the moment, we don't have all of this knowledge. Jesus Christ. Right. Right, so we're going to learn that book now. So she's going to go into the library and study up this book. And that should allow us then to gain that as like a permanent perk. So if we look at knowledge, oh god, you can see it beginning to tick up. Yeah, 1%. Lords who left or who were disowned from their family and did not join another. So a freelance lord. They arrive with the holy caravans and can be hired with holy rings. It's like sort of like disgraced nobles and things, or minor nobles and things. While waiting to be hired, they stand at the entrance of your hall. The contract will last for 10 days, after which they will leave. They can be assigned any tasks: teaching, going on campaigns against bandits, managing buildings, facilitating trade, and more. If they become friends with your king, you will be able to invite them into your family and grant them a title, so you can keep them there permanently. Right, so Shuanka, who is decent managing, good in combat, not bad. I don't think we need to be hiring anyone at the moment, though. I think we're good for the moment. Let's trade with the trader, see what we can grab. And what do we have today? Combat Volume 3. Ooh. Combat Volume 2. Flavorful Ale, Herbalist, Hand-to-Hand Combat, Peasant's House, Scaffold, and Temple. Hmm. We've now got some moonshine as well, by the way. We're starting to produce some. We can sell a bit of excess rutabaga. But we don't yet like massively need. And we'll keep it at that just for now. I don't think I'm overly interested in these books. God, flavorful ale. 9 intelligence is recommended. Ugh. So we'll trade. We probably want to start looking as well at. We might want to look at a mine as well. So this has to go in a specific spot from the looks. So it looks like we can put one there. I don't know where else we could probably put one. It looks like that is the one and only mine in our kingdom that we can place. Just kind of looking around. As you can see as well, the map is massive here. Yeah, it looks like that's the one spot we have for mines. So we might as well just get that place down. There we are. We'll get that mined out. Let's see. Place for warriors to reside, accommodating up to 10. If there's not enough living spaces, homeless warriors sleep on the floor in the temple, significantly worsening their mood. We can build a barracks, and I think that uses up the remaining metals that we've got stashed aside. They can sleep nearby the lords. Sacrificing, for their potential sacrifice to our, for our kingdom, will allow them to sleep in the. We'll put the peasants on the left and the lords and soldiers on the right. Okay. I might want to as well put some roads in too. Oh god, it's going to cost a lot of oh, that costs a bit of gold, doesn't it? That'll be enough for now. Just spent 100 and odd on halves. Ugh. Right. %. Studying Caden Army. Shanka, you're not like an intelligent person, I know. She's very much a managing combat and command person. We could use someone with knowledge, really. If we were to hire someone, we'd want to hire someone with a lot of knowledge. Right. Anyway, I think that'll do it for now. We've done a few days and created our kingdom. So I think that's probably going to do it for now. We've got, let's see, mild loneliness, fatigue, hunger. Well, the fatigue and hunger is going to be alright. Let's try as well to... Let's see, what's wise conversation? Conversation can occur in which both characters can share knowledge, but only knowledge that the other does not already know. Let's spend some time with our wife, because they're both getting mild loneliness. All of Sophia has forsaken him. He needs some piety. Okay, we can sort that out. We can build an altar. We'll pop it down next to the marketplace. Oh, good lord, it has skulls on it. Why? Right. That'll do, though. For now, we're going to call it there. Ooh, what's this? Ooh, so this shows what we've built a lumber mill. Build another lumber mill, it's suggesting. Taverns. Not a single tavern is operational. Residents cannot purchase alcohol. People have nowhere to pray. Right. So we need a tavern and another lumber mill. Okay. Sounds good. So service. We'll put a tavern next to the brewery. And we'll avoid the drug den. We'll stick a warehouse as well. In fact, do we need a warehouse? Do they just store it in the Great Hall? Or is there like a limit on how much we can hold of stuff? Right. But yeah, we need... So, tavern, we've got somewhere to pray. We'll put down a... What was it was suggesting? Yeah, another lumber mill. can do that. It's close enough to the road already there. Right. And we'll call that an episode. So, we'll continue production of these new buildings, getting things going, get the brewery going in the next episode. And we might even start looking at the map here. Neutralization order. What's this? Drella is in a difficult situation with his neighbours. From Stardale. He's planning to start a war soon, and it will greatly benefit him if one of the key lords of the enemy, Rautep of Stardale, were to disappear. For this they are willing to offer 900 gold and their eternal gratitude. You are free to choose your method, either by killing, including in battle or duel, kidnapping. We also need to be prepared for the consequences. Interesting, so we're already getting some stuff happening here. Right. Trade offer. Bandit wishes to sell 2 prisoners. Right, so we need to keep an eye on this map, or some stuff starts to show up on here, doesn't it? We start getting some pretty interesting things happening already. So we can only contact neighbouring kingdoms from the look of it. They have to share a board with us, and we can't look beyond that. We'll see what starts happening over here with these larger kingdoms. I'm kind of curious to see what happens with those. Yeah, we might want to initially start with maybe going for this other Caden province here. So we've got the 2 Caden provinces under one banner then. And then we might kind of, since we'll have a big board with them, try to envelop Great Mist and sort of carve a kingdom out of these 3 areas. For now though, that's going to do it. I'll see if I can look into this weird flickering issue. And I hope to see you in the next episode. This will probably run as a little series, kind of in between episodes of Infinity Siege for a little while. I'm planning on running it up until either I run out of early access content, because you have to keep in mind this is early access at the moment, or until we get to the release of Frostpunk 2. So if you are new to the channel, what's probably coming up, we've got Infinity Siege on every other day. I'll be leapfrogging this over that, so this will be on every day in between, and then it'll be the end of Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree, which is then probably going to be followed by Space Marine 2. And then this will get followed up by probably Frostpunk 2. For now though, this has been Norland, and I'll see you in the next episode where we'll start looking at the bigger picture and also getting our production lines set up. I'll see you then.